Good morning, folks. It's another great and wonderful day that the Lord has made. He's given us another Bible verse for today, and that verse comes to us from the book of Genesis, chapter 3, and verse 15, which says, "And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel." See, boy, isn't that something? This is God's curse on the serpent that tempted Eve. See, and then tempted Adam, and Adam to sin. See, the serpent didn't really tempt Adam as much as he did Eve. See, it was Eve that tempted Adam, in my opinion. Now, there's a lot of preachers that will disagree with me on that, but Satan is the personality behind the serpent, you know. Even in this curse, even in the recognition of a struggle between the woman's offspring and Satan, God embeds his promise for our better future. In Jesus, that future comes. Satan appears to win the battle at the cross, but the passage of 3 days changes everything. See, when Jesus died on the cross, Satan thought he had won. But just 3 days later, Jesus' triumph over death leaves him with only a bruised heel, but leaves Satan powerless to make death the final word. See, the evil one's best plans and greatest power lie crushed at the doorway of Jesus' empty tomb. See, we need to thank God, the Father, for taking the stinger out of death and establishing an assured hope for the future. See, not only do I believe that Jesus rose from the dead, but also I believe God will raise me up and bless me with life forever in his presence. Thank God. Thank God that Jesus took my place. Think about these things, folks. Just think that Jesus, he didn't have to die on that cross for me, but he decided he would. This for the simple reason so I could have life everlasting and life more abundantly. I pray daily. I ask God daily to forgive me of any sin that I commit. See? In John 3:16, he said, "For God so loved the world that whosoever believeth on him should not perish, but have everlasting life." And if Jesus hadn't arose from the grave, emptied out, came out of that tomb on that third day, on Easter Sunday morning, I wouldn't have a hope in the world. But thank God Jesus loved me enough to do it. So let's ask God to forgive us of our sins, make us a child of his, and lead us and guide us along life's narrow way. See, straight is the gate and narrow is the way that leadeth to salvation. Think on these folks' things. Pray about these things. Ask God to help you. And that's all for today, folks. ASAP.